Hello, good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody. Introduce myself. My name is Presentasi. You can call me Depuri. Here I will present my matter about is aspect of the collaboration and information network. Understanding information network. The term network in a library is a network that refers to hardware, software, project, agents, and communication system. This hardware means the physical form such as equipment used in the library, while the software is a program, instruction, or plan to be implemented. Still according to Sulistyo Basuki, a library network is collection of library that serves a number of agencies. Agency or institution or serves various agencies that are under certain jurisdiction and provide a number of services in accordance with an integrated plan to achieve common goals. And in this study, the library network refers more to a formal organization that is interconnected to achieve goals by using information technology as the next. Understanding library collaboration. Library collaboration is an activity carried out by two or more libraries based on motivation and commitment in the use of library resources to achieve mutual profit goals. Library collaboration is collaboration involving two or more libraries. This collaboration is needed because no library can stand alone in the sense that its collection is able to meet the information needs of its user. Cooperation is a process and has certain conditions in order to run optimally. In the end, every institution and individual involved in the collaboration will benefit together. Next, social aspect in the library and information collaboration network. Social sector collaboration can be carried out by librarians whose stereotype are people who have a social natural because in every time they meet users. They cannot avoid activities such as communicating and interacting directly or indirectly. Social aspects certainly involve other people. Number 1. Constructing reality in the field of information and other applied fields. Construction of reality is understood as an effort that leads to the formation of systems based on reality. If the direction is on social interaction activities. Laxmi says that the concept of social construction is known by Peter L. Berger and Thomas Luckman through his book, entitled The Social Construction of Reality, a trace in the sociology of knowledge. Next, they emphasize that a social process includes action and interaction whereby individuals continually create reality that is shared and subjectively set together, regardless of whether it is due to other social influences or because of the level of education and knowledge acquired both through formal and informal education media. The process of social construction that occurs in society where there is interaction between individuals will give birth to a variety of responses. Whether in the form of conflict or resistance, there is also the possibility of mutual attraction because of different interests, even the creation of social configuration. Social configuration can be interpreted as a kind of activity await out by humans who give meaning to its order, behavior, and take action in accordance with that meaning. Like weaving a web of meaning, social interaction arises in the creation of universal symbolic meaning that govern form of social interaction between individual and society, or individual and their environment, which give meaning to various steps in life. The dialectical process occurs in the form of externalization, objectivation, and externalization. This form of externalization can be said to be one of the processes in social construction. This is the process of building a life structure in which humans adjust to their environment. The next configuration process is dialectic. This process also occurs in the form of objectification, which is the process of building an order of life when reality is separate from subjectivity. The last process is internalization, which is the process when individuals learn to a common value or objective reality and make it a way of life. They are involved in continuing interaction and socialization process between individuals and previous generations, such as mother and child. As an information agency as a service provider, internalizing the value of service is the most prominent and important process. Public service. When services are the spearhead and reflection of the quality of the organization, instill human values such as hospitality and other social concerns. The process of construction of meaning in the information field is shaped by the external environment. Meanwhile, the external environment includes problems that come from librarians and also competency issues related to the development of information sets. Librarians are considered to lack skill and creativity, and their understanding of public service is generally limited to administrative activities. Therefore, cooperation between librarians can be a solution for a problem experienced by librarians. With the cooperation, social interaction between librarians will occur to solve problems and exchange ideas and even complement its other library services. Next, number 2, the emergence of social configuration. Social interaction from certain configurations that are characterized by power concentration, gender bias, social stratification, and so on. Various realities can be created through social interaction that occur every day. Actions are previously applied at the individual level, eventually forming a social configuration at the system level. The formation of social configuration in information institutions can be in the form of management deviation, such as discrimination, inequality among workers, value conflict of interest, social jealousy, and many more. One capital to foster cooperation network with other libraries is a service that can be received by all users. With the tradition of good social construction in the library, it will bring a positive impact in establishing relationships with other libraries, especially in terms of service to other library members. Number 3, social construction process. The concept of social construction process refers to social phenomena, namely a series of interaction processes that are analyzed based on the interpretation and reflection of these actors. The series of events in the process has relationship both in space and time, and the relationship between individuals in the event. Based on social interaction, the process of social construction is divided into associative social process and dissociative social process. Associative social process is a process that serves the form of upward or mutual cooperation. This type of process includes cooperation, accommodation, assimilation, and amalgamation. The cooperative social construction process is a process of collaboration based on shared interests, and mutual understanding. The accommodation process is the process towards facing a temporary agreement can be accepted by the parties in dispute. The process of assimilation is a social construction through the integration of understanding and the fusion of culture from the disputing parties. Dissociative social process is a process that shows the existence of competition and competitive forms. This type of process includes competition, conflict, and controversy. Competition is a process whereby disputing parties fight over certain limited objectives. The process of controversy can take place wrongly or subtly such as ridicule, satire, provocation, and so on. Next, aspect of the technology in the library and information collaboration network. There are several aspects of technology in the library and information collaboration network, namely, number 1, digital library. Digital library are organizations that provide resources including expert staff, tools, structure, offer intellectual access to interpret this books, maintain the integrity of collection from time to time so that they are available and ready for use by the public. Digital library is challenging environment for librarians. In the absence of physical service, provided the role of the librarian changes for a facilitator between the user and the information results to a facilitator between the user and the system. Next, digital library have the advantage of A. Has no physical limits, B. Availability of access, C. Multi-access, D. Feedback, E. A. Preservation and conservation. Potential to store more information. In Indonesia, there are already digital libraries, especially in universities. Many universities require students to submit their final work in the form of soft file to library. Then the library that will submit it to the server. Number 2, hybrid library. Hybrid library is a library that has to face with is a combination of digital collection and conventional collection. Bookman gave his definition that hybrid libraries are designed to manage technology from two different sources, namely electronic source and printed collection, source that can be accessed through both short and long distance. Number 3, cloud computing. Cloud computing is a combination of the use of computer technology, computing, and internet-based development at a cloud. Cloud is a metaphor of the internet. Cloud computing is a general concept that includes software as a service, web, and other large technology trends that are widely known, with the general theme of relying on the internet to provide users with computing needs. Cloud computing is a paradigm when information is permanently stored on the server of internet and temporarily stored on the user computer client. There are several conditions that must be met so that services on the internet are classified as cloud computing. Number 2, on-demand service. User can be subscribed to while they did. Number 2, service are classic or scalable. Number 3, services are fully managed by the provider atau provider. Number 4, GoBoot resource. Number 5, broadband access service connected to broadband network, especially can be accessed locally through the internet network. Number 6, measure service or measured service. In general, cloud computing individual into 3 types of service, namely 1, software as a service, 2, platform as a service, 3, infrastructure as a service. The benefit of cloud computing as follows: A, data store at the center, B, fast response, C, the reliability of the test coder, D, logs unlimited records, software performed with a high level security, reliable construction, and safe, expensive security testing codes. The concept of cloud computing is not necessarily applied just like that in a library. Its application requires a clear and well-planned plan if the concept of the technology is to be adapted. Need to pay attention to several things before applying cloud computing technology, including infrastructure, data security, and human resources. Number 4, digital native. Digital native are those that are work in an environment with information and communication technology conditions that have undergone a digital revolution and are present online. This means the concept is the skill of technology is not something new. A library collaboration network is collaboration out with a minimum of 2 or more libraries, which naturally involves the librarian. The cooperating requires at least the same understanding of the cooperative activities that will be carried out, including the perception of the basic concept. For example, the first understanding, a library that already has internet facility is not a digital library. Second, database vendor of supply of commercial document database and electronic document delivery service and their digital library are not digital library. That is a document management system that processes business document in the form of electronic document cannot be a digital library. Fourth is the librarian are the however have the most role in collaboration between libraries. Five, funding for the development of cooperation network requires funds, even though funds are not effective. Last, open access. The first open access atau OA movement was the Budapest Open Access Initiative in December in Budapest. The principle stated that old tradition and new technology have mingled, creating public goods that did not exist before. The old tradition is the willingness of citizens to publish the result of their research in journal without honorariums for the sake of scientific progress. The technology is the internet. Public good product with the internet allow electronic distribution throughout the world and can be accessed by anyone. So many presentation material for me. If I have something wrong in the word, please forgive. I also my presentation with good morning.